Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Caraway Bay 2 at night, and I would actually say this one's probably one of the first harder levels in terms of execution. There's a couple things that make this level a little bit difficult, and I was actually surprised because the first level was like, okay, it wasn't too bad, and then it actually kicks it up a bit here. So I'll show you right off the bat what we're dealing with. So again, as we start, still right. It's still a right facing level. Some levels you have to run to the left at the beginning. So I started marking on obviously like that spreadsheet that I'm keeping. So right off the bat, this is what makes I think the level a little bit difficult. Is I'm jumping here to basically land here. But if you climb up these trees of Branson, especially the top, he's got like this animation where he gets to the top of the tree and he like flips off the tree. And I want to avoid that. So the idea is to climb like every tree, maybe until it's like 90% or like 85% so you can jump on these ledges. Because jumping on the ledge without activating that flip animation is faster. So you'll see right off the bat, there's also a stage timer that you're competing with here. And your movement has to be really clean because otherwise you get sniped by an enemy that's a couple of spots above. So we want to climb to, again, like 80% or like 90% or whatever, and then jump right here. We can use this enemy to get a better position on the tree. He lines up very well. So we jump off him and do the exact same, and then same with this enemy. He'll start walking to the right and we can use him to do the exact same thing. Here we can also, again, use this enemy to get a better position on the tree. And this is the enemy that I was talking about. If your movement is really good, by the time you get up here, he will be automatically shooting and you can run under this bullet. But if your movement is sloppy, the stage timer works against you, and as you make this jump, he'll probably shoot you. So your movement has to be pretty clean to make this cycle, and once he's shooting you, you can just run under this bullet, jump and smash this box, and then continue running up the slope. There was a partial... Oh, Branson. You're very tiny. But there's a partial skip that I discovered here because originally you would climb up this tree and then jump over to this tree and then jump over to this tree, where you can slightly run up this ledge. You have to jump from about here, otherwise you'll hit this guy's hitbox. But we can use him to jump across to this platform and then go up here. So we skip this entire section of coming up here and then jumping over, like jumping here and then jumping across. So that's a little bit faster than coming up this way. We come up here. This is one of the spots that could be improved right now. I originally damage boosted through these two guys. They do take one hit with our current power, so you can attack them twice. I really don't think this is a great strat. Jumping and hitting them twice often makes Branson bump against this ledge. Damage boosting wastes time. It's probably faster to jump and kill both and hit the ledge than it is to damage boost. But somebody should probably figure out a better way to deal with these two enemies. They're always here if you make this cycle. Like if that guy below, like this guy right here rather, if he doesn't shoot you, those two enemies are always there. So whatever is a good strat here, it might even be worth on this tree, climbing the very top, doing that flip, and then jumping off one of these enemies to avoid them, because you don't need these enemies at all, and they're not going to chase you. Or I mean, they will chase you, but it's not going to be like fast enough that they're a threat or anything. So maybe, again, for sure, 100% actually, there's a better idea here. I just didn't think of it in my initial writing. So climbing again, same story. We want to climb to like 80%, 90% mark and avoid that flipping animation, which you can see this time I didn't actually. So it's much better to land on that tree and jump off than it is to have to wait for that flipping animation. Same with here, we can jump on this enemy to kind of get a better position on this platform. So we do that. And then coming up here, there's a bit of a tight jump. You want to jump off this guy to skip like having to go around on this tree. Again, I got that flipping animation, but you can do this without it. So it's better to jump here and then jump immediately than obviously, again, get that animation. And then through here, it's a bit of a tight jump, but we can again climb to the top of this tree and jump on this enemy to help us go up here. So originally when I was writing this, I did think it was worth it because when you are here, you can see over here, there's no way to make this jump, unfortunately. I thought maybe you could jump somehow, get to this tree, and then you can get these gold coins on the side. I don't think the money is important by the time that you get to the grinding stage, unfortunately. So I did originally route this to go down here because you can just drop off this ledge and hold left, jump on this tree, and then jump up here. and you can get these coins, but these coins probably don't matter enough in terms of the power-ups that we need to buy. So I started to opt to skip that, so now I just literally jump across. This is a full jump to get to this ledge. And then coming up here, same thing. If your global is pretty good, or not your global, sorry, your stage timer is pretty good, he'll already be shooting. So you can just run under this enemy and then jump. And then this is probably one of the tighter jumps in this stage. You can run up to it here, and you can jump on this enemy, not hit your head, and then jump up. So originally I was damage boosting through him, but instead you can bounce off of him and then get a better position on that tree as well. So I hit my head there. You can do this completely without hitting your head and then jump up further. And from here, we just kill those two enemies. This is the last part that's a little bit tricky too. You really don't want that flipping animation on this tree because it delays them enough that they become awkward. So if you don't get the flipping animation, you can jump and you can kill both of these guys and then jump over the third one and then continue under the tree, or you can jump and hit your head. But you probably shouldn't hit your head because you get blocked by this wall a little bit. So completely optimized, I think jumping and killing two of these guys, hitting your head, or maybe even like this one guy, hitting your head so you bounce off like that and you can continue running up. But try not to hit like that little area right there because you do get blocked by the wall, which happened I think in this gold split that I was recording. Let's see, right there. So this is the last tree we climb up, and then we just go to the right. And this boss is the first goblin boss, or sorry, the goblin boss that doesn't have RNG, it's the next one. So same thing, we neutral jump here, he'll jump to the platform, and then we just double stab him or whatever to kill him. So that leaves, again, this stage. This is pretty execution heavy. Like to do all that without making a mistake, I would say this is like the quote first hard stage. So we'll show it to you guys obviously without all of the interruptions. Whoops, I'm an idiot. We muted the wrong thing. So let's do that again, but I'll mute myself instead of the game.